Welcome back to 17 News at Noon podcast, where we share your news on your schedule.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News at Noon.
Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us for 17 News at Noon. I'm Nicole Gitske. And now in your 17 Crime Watch, police are searching for a man who shot another man in southwest Bakersfield. It happened just after 3 yesterday afternoon in the 3500 block of Panama Lane near the intersection of Wyville Road. Police say the unknown gunman shot the victim several times from one car into the other. The man struck by the bullets was taken to Kern Medical, where authorities say he is in stable condition. Police say the shooting likely stemmed from a confrontation about road rage. They're looking for a man in a dark-colored, possibly green car. And a man was arrested after leading police on a short chase and crashing his vehicle after police responded to dozens of phone calls Saturday night about a swarm of illegal street racers blocking traffic in Bakersfield. The Bakersfield Police Department says between 9 last night and 2 this morning, more than 40 people called about the street racers. Police say one of the alleged street racers, 20-year-old Fernando Velasquez, failed to pull over when confronted by officers, taking off and later crashing into another vehicle at the intersection of Edison Highway and Oswell Street in East Bakersfield. Velasquez was arrested and booked on several felony charges. And now to more information regarding an officer-involved shooting on Friday. Police say the suspect is in the hospital after being shot by a Bakersfield CHP officer. According to the California Highway Patrol, officers pulled over the driver who was speeding on Highway 58 near Tehachapi. When the officer approached the car, the suspect fled in the vehicle. Now, the chase made its way into Bakersfield and the driver started traveling north on the 99. The driver eventually pulled over and got out of the car, but pulled out a gun. That's when a Bakersfield CHP officer opened fire, shooting the driver at least once. According to law enforcement, the suspect is in the hospital and is expected to survive. Bakersfield CHP says Tulare County Sheriff's Office is taking over the investigation. And from our 17 follow-up file, it's now been 7 weeks since 2 California City boys were reported missing, and the search continues this morning, 49 days later. 3-year-old Orson and 4-year-old Oren West were reported missing on December 21st. Despite efforts from California City Police and the FBI, there has not been a break in the case. The reward for information on the boys' whereabouts now stands at $120,000. If you have any information, you can call the California City Police Department at 760-373-8606 or the Secret Witness Hotline at 322-4040. As the latest on the coronavirus pandemic, coronavirus cases and hospitalizations continue to decline in Kern County. Let's take a look at the numbers. 273 new cases of COVID-19 were reported today. Nearly 22,000 people in Kern County are recovering at home with the virus. 272 others are in the hospital with more severe symptoms. 59 of them are in the intensive care. Hospitalizations haven't been this low since mid-December. Meantime, no new deaths are reported today. That's 2 days in a row now. 659 lives have been lost since the beginning of the pandemic. Now, testing is important when it comes to accurately tracking the spread of this virus, even if you're not feeling sick. Kern Public Health has an online resource to help you find COVID-19 testing sites. There's an interactive map, both in English and Spanish, of where you can find your nearest paid or free testing center. And Houchin Community Blood Bank is offering COVID-19 antibody tests once again. Now, starting today, all blood donors will be tested for coronavirus antibodies. Houchin says donors will be able to review their results on Houchin's donor portal within 7 days of donating. If you receive a positive antibody test, you could be eligible to donate convalescent plasma. To schedule an appointment, head to hcbb.com. And it's often difficult to find out when you may be eligible to receive your COVID-19 vaccine. Kern Public Health decides who gets the shots after getting direction from the state and determining the vaccine supply. Now, those eligible for the vaccine right now include anyone 65 years or older, all healthcare workers and first responders. And the next tier of people eligible for the vaccine will include teachers, childcare workers, those in emergency services, and people who work in the food and agriculture industry. It's not clear yet when the vaccine will be available to this group in Kern County, but the state has already given the okay. Now, nearly 64,000 doses of the coronavirus vaccine have been administered in the county so far. And as the vaccine rollout continues, you can visit Kern Public Health's website for an interactive map of vaccine providers near you. Then call one of those sites just to make an appointment. Head to kernpublichealth.com. Kern Public Health says they are now accepting appointments at this time. And the Kern County Fairgrounds mass vaccination site is continuing to vaccinate those eligible. Public Health announced appointment availability for this Wednesday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. daily. And Bakersfield College says their mass vaccination site could be up and running by March. BC President Sonia Christian says they're still finding out when they will receive a vaccine shipment, but it could be as early as this week. And doctors say vaccines are especially important for Black Americans as this community is dying from COVID-19 at nearly triple the rate of white Americans. Now, this week, we're airing a town hall hosted by 17's Moses Smalls to talk with local doctors about why communities of color should consider taking the shot. That's Thursday at 6 p.m. right here on KGET.
Honoring Black History is brought to you by Clinica Sierra Vista.
Mothers Against Gang Violence celebrated Black History Month in Bakersfield this weekend. Now, children of color from all over Kern County gathered near Casa Loma School in East Bakersfield to celebrate Black history. Mothers Against Gang Violence organized the event to bring awareness of the need for social and economic development in communities of color.
I hope to accomplish change every time I come out here and I could connect with our people and talk with our community and give these events. It's about change. It's about making change here in Greater Bakersfield. You know, this is our city. This is where we live, and I want us to live in peace.
Now, other organizations came to show their support, including the Buffalo Soldiers.
I come out here because when I was growing up in this neighborhood, people gave back to me and my brothers and sisters, and so I think it's only right that we replicate the things that happen to us and we give back to the community.
Event organizers hope the younger generation will grow up appreciating Black historical heroes. And a programming note, you can tune in for a Black History special on February 27th right here on TV 17. Sunday is Valentine's Day, and what better way to kick off the week than talking about love in the pandemic? Whether you are in a relationship or looking for love, the pandemic has put love to the test. Licensed marriage and family therapist Jessica Burzloff joined us this morning on Sunrise to talk about navigating love in the midst of the coronavirus pandemic. First, she says technology can be your friend.
Take advantage of technology for dates. You know, if you meet someone new, instead of rushing out to dinner, maybe do a Zoom chat. You know, there is a 40-minute limit, so you can always extend it beyond that if you want to. But heck, if it's not working out, 40 minutes and you're done, right? So there's some advantage there.
Burzloff says trying to steer away from the negativity we are facing currently. She suggests talking about new hobbies you've picked up or things you are looking forward to after COVID. Burzloff most importantly says, remember that this won't last forever. Make sure you are putting time and effort into every relationship you have, not just romantic relationships. Be gentle with yourself and take any opportunity to treat yourself. And Jessica will join us again on Wednesday on Sunrise to talk about nurturing your current relationship during the pandemic. And this week, you can support local families affected by cancer by purchasing a box of Duar's Chews. Mendaburo Magic Foundation and KGET have teamed up once again for the annual Cupid's Challenge. All month long, you can buy boxes online or you can purchase them in a drive-through this Friday from 5 a.m. to 7 p.m. at the Duar's on I Street. A box of the famous chews will cost you $20. The money raised will go to the foundation, which helps families and children dealing with cancer or other serious illnesses.
So we are responding to the unmet needs of our Kern County families and children with any catastrophic or life-threatening illnesses. So, you know, if you think about all of the small things or the incidentals, the immediate costs that kind of fall through the cracks, like gas, lodging, smaller utility bills, those kinds of things that can really affect a family within an immediate diagnosis or just an ongoing condition where families have to go to and from either Madeira or UCLA or even here in town. You know, there's a bunch of costs that come up, and so we're just trying to respond to those.
Well, the World Ag Expo is taking place again this year, but like most major events lately, it's going digital. The 2021 World Ag Expo will take place online starting tomorrow and running through Thursday. Organizers say, though, they feel a digital event is not a true replacement for a traditional expo, going digital will still allow ag buyers and sellers to come together during the COVID-19 pandemic. Officials said they'll support exhibitors and the online site throughout the year. We've placed a link to register for the expo on our website, kget.com. Super Bowl 55 was supposed to be a matchup for the ages, but instead it added to the legend of Tom Brady, who led the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to a dominating win over Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. Not only did the Bucs become the only team in NFL history to win a Super Bowl on their home field, but at 43 years old, Tom Brady proved he's not done yet, leading another team to victory while earning his record 7th Super Bowl win. Here's NBC's Sam Brock.
This morning, Tom Brady is running out of fingers for his rings, capturing his record 7th Super Bowl at age 43.
I think we knew this was going to happen tonight, didn't we? We ended up playing our best game of the year.
The Bucs didn't just win, they trampled last year's champs, the Kansas City Chiefs, 31-9.
Again, running for his life.
The Bucs D harassing superstar quarterback Patrick Mahomes all night, preventing the supercharged Chiefs from scoring a single touchdown.
They were just better than us today. I mean, I don't know what else to say.
After the game, a show of mutual respect.
You're a legend, man. Congrats, man. You're awesome. You're amazing, man.
Keep it tight.
Tampa fans celebrating the victory in their home stadium.
This is history right here. This means the world to Tampa Bay.
The game kicked off with a dazzling duet of the national anthem performed by Eric Church and Jasmine Sullivan. Fans also wowed by Warren Snipe, who did a moving sign language version of hers America the Beautiful. The Weeknd also electrifying on stage, singing some of his biggest hits in a slickly produced halftime show. Using mass dancers to keep things COVID-friendly. And in the stands for it all, 7,500 healthcare workers on the COVID front lines.
You put yourself at risk to keep the rest of us safe.
The Bucs' Bruce Arians became the oldest coach to win a Super Bowl at 68.
We started believing pretty early in the season, and we knew we were going to be a tough out. All we had to do was get in the playoffs.
But a cloud hanging over Chiefs coach Andy Reid. Just days before the game, his son Britt, a linebackers coach for the team, involved in a serious crash, leaving a 5-year-old in critical condition.
My heart goes out to all those that were involved in the accident, in particular the family with the little girl who's fighting for her life.
Here's Brady's pass.
But the story of the night, undoubtedly Tom Brady. The game's MVP with 3 touchdown passes, 2 of them to his old pal Gronk. LeBron James tweeting, "If you know, you know. GOAT talk." And even Brady's former team, the Pats, effusive too. Congratulations to the greatest of all time. Brady celebrating postgame with his 3 kids and supermodel wife Gisele Bündchen.
Congratulations. Nothing better than be able to share this with your family and your kids.
They started off about this big, and now look at them. So I'm trying to stop the little clock right now.
A legend adding to his already unprecedented legacy.
You know, really all year we believed in ourselves. Our coaches believed in us. We believed in ourselves. And, again, we were going up against a great team tonight, and just happy we got the job done.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News at Noon.
The 17 News at Noon podcast is a production of KGET and Nexstar Media Group. For more on all of the headlines in today's show, head to kget.com.